So I'm going to talk a little bit today about behind the aesthetic, like what to remember when you're viewing all this stuff online. We are very lucky that we can connect this way. We have TikTok, we have Instagram, we have blogs, we have YouTube. We have all these things where we can see little bits and pieces of people's practices, and that's wonderful. But on the flip side, people tend to compare themselves a lot to what they see other practitioners doing. And that can lead to a lot of stress, I think, especially for new beginners. Um, Back in, the Tumblr days and the blogging days, we saw this a lot. I was friends with a blogger who was pretty like a big name. And anytime she posted something, immediately people were trying to be her. They were like, "Oh, I'm this now, and I'm gonna." And what we have to remember is that we are seeing 2 pages from a chapter of a book when we see something online, right? We're not seeing the entire chapter. We're not even seeing the entire story. Um, and we're given these little insights into people's practices, but that doesn't mean we see everything. And we have to remember that sometimes for presentation, things are dramatized a little bit. They are presented in a way that may not be completely accurate. So especially if you are a new beginner and you're coming across these videos and things and you're like, well, that's not what my interaction's like. That's not how my altar looks. You have to remember that's okay. Your path is different and your interactions are going to be different. We all see signs in different ways. We all hear things in different ways. Some people, you think about the clairs, like some people will visually see something, some people will hear something. Sometimes things will just pop into your head or you may get a sense of energy. There are so many different ways to sense things that it's okay. It's okay if you're not the same as everybody else. And while it's okay and great to be inspired by other people and be like, "Oh, that looks neat, I want to try it." When we try to copy people to the point where we kind of get lost in that and we don't it becomes a muddle a big mess, like you don't know where you're going and what you really want. So while it's great to try things, remember in the end you are going to be crafting your practice and your path in the way that works for you, and that what you see online is not necessarily always the whole story. So take a deep breath, be inspired to try new things, and then figure out what works for you. And don't let all the glitz and drama like suck you in. Find what works for you. It might be sometimes you like very simple things. I prefer a very simple altar, and you see all these, and they are absolutely beautiful, beautiful altars all over Instagram with all these crystals, and I'm like, that's really pretty, but for my practical uses, it's not going to work for me. So it's okay. It's okay to be inspired to be like, oh, well, maybe I'll try adding a few more of these or whatever. But at the end of the day, it has to work for you and your practice. So be kind to yourself and just try to do what works right for you.